Yes, we're back again. Almost like time is just one thing. Like, it's like we never stopped streaming, bro.
That was like some off Interstellar, that, bro.
Yeah, I know. I was about to go into some deep stuff, then my brain can't handle it.
It's
too late. It's too late for that. Like, my brain isn't in full flow in it. I need some more water to hydrate the brain. Yes, everyone. How are we all doing? It's left back season. We was gonna do a Bernardo like replacement stream, but we thought, you know what? Let's speak about this Sergio Gomez guy, the possibility of him becoming our first choice left back, or whether he's gonna go out on loan. Having a look at the kind of left back stuff, because it's been dead. Someone said in our previous stream today, I think the super chat and said left back talk's gone completely quiet. And as me and Lewis were leaving here, we started talking about it. We're like, yo, the left back talk actually has gone super quiet. Then left back news came out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but don't worry, we will do that stream probably tomorrow.
The Bernardo stuff, yeah, because left back stuff there isn't a lot of it.
Yeah, because people wanted us to talk about the replacement for Bernardo. Should we get a midfielder? Should we get a left winger or a right winger? We will speak about that tomorrow. But given that this news has broke in the last 2 hours or so, we might as well go through this left back. Plus, as John just said, we've not actually spoke about a left back for 3 or 4 days, which
actually feels like a really, really long time, because the amount of talk that we was doing on left backs.
Yeah.
Just before we do get started, by the way, no sponsor thing, like that's not what I'm going into. I'm going into the fact that we have seen the Jack Gorn tweet. I'll just clarify it now. City don't want to sell Silva. Good news. If massive offer came in, then in brackets major, even likely plus like upwards of £80 million. Hand forced more, but would need a replacement. So that's good news about Bernardo Silva. We have seen that Bernardo news. I know that people will just like tank that chat with that stuff for speaking about left backs. And also on the left backs, he does say Gomez is a development signing. He could stay, but they're hoping to sign a senior option after ditching the Cucurella deal. There's no definite number one target. So we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. So guys, if anyone does come in the chat late and hasn't heard us, please we just tell them that we already
spoke about the Gorn stuff.
Because people come in late and then go, read the Jack Gorn tweet. It's like you've already.
People coming in going Bob Batso, like as if we've not seen it. And like, nah, we've seen it. We're right here in it.
Yeah. So guys, if anyone does come in and say anything about Jack Gorn, please just let them know in the chat that we've already seen it, and we'll discuss it more in detail tomorrow. But yeah, we are going to speak about the left back situation. Massive shout out to Bet Victory, who sponsored today's stream. They've got their own YouTube channel where they do loads of different debates every week about loads of different Premier League debates and stuff. So we'll show you a little clip from them in a few moments' time. Make sure you smash the like on the stream if you've not done so already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. We're about 20 subscribers away from 60,200 now. So please subscribe to the channel as well if you've not done so already. And Massum comes in with the 2 related to left backs, which I like there, Massum, and said, "Are City about to sign 2 left backs? The end is near." Well, let's get into it then, Massum, bro, because there's a bit of a debate going on at the moment about what City should do. So this whole thing, obviously, about Sergio Gomez, this came out a week or 2 ago now, and then it sort of went a bit dead. Just to remind people about Sergio Gomez at Anderlecht, got player of the season for Anderlecht, which is obviously a really good sign. Obviously he's doing really, really well there. Scouting reports seeming to have him as a really attacking player, really good on the ball, of course, as you would expect, and City are available to get him for around the 10 to 15 million pound mark, so it's not really that expensive either. Now, I remember when we did a stream at him about the first time, and 40 minutes after the news broke about City looking at getting Gomez, Ornstein came out and went, "Nah, lads, this is a CFG signing."
He didn't particularly say CFG. Like, he didn't quote CFG, but he did say that.
But he did say that in not so many words. However, it's now coming out that Sergio Gomez will come in. However, it's not actually guaranteed that he will be loaned out. But the club are still looking at other options, and that's come from Jonathan Smithy today. So maybe he will get a chance. Maybe he will actually get the option to play at City, and he won't just be loaned out.
It all depends, bro. It depends on if we're getting him a left back. Sergio Gomez's future board depends on we get them left back.
Yeah, well, this is interesting because obviously Massam there says City about to sign 2 left backs. I've seen some people on Twitter saying even if we sign Gomez and another left back, we should just keep them both. But I don't agree because for me, if we're going to sign Gomez and then we're going to sign another left back, I would assume that the other left back would be someone like a Borna Sosa, someone who's higher up the pecking order. I doubt we're going to sign a Gomez and then a 17-year-old left back. We're going to get someone that's more experienced than Gomez. So for me, if we are going to sign a more experienced left back, I don't get why we don't just have, instead of Sergio Gomez, who's 2021, why can't that just be Wilson Esbrand, which I've seen people questioning on Twitter. What's the point in getting Sergio Gomez and another left back and then keeping them both? You might as well loan out Sergio Gomez and have Wilson Esbrand, a guy who has come through the academy, had a really good game against Bayern, and let him be, because he's effectively, bro, he'd be the 3rd choice left back. Cancelo is clearly going to be the number 1 left back. Say we get Borna Sosa, let's just say it's him. He'll be number 2. You know, Sergio Gomez is your number 3. Why can't it be Wilson Esbrand? You know what I mean? Why can't we have this academy graduate, a 3rd choice left back? As I don't agree having Sergio Gomez as a 3rd choice. I don't agree with that.
I seen a thing that people were worried about Wilson Esbrand's injuries. Now personally, I don't know if that's thinking it. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't tanking watching EDS last season or anything, so I don't know if he has a bad injury record. But then say he did get injured. Do you know what I mean? Then you're putting yourself in a tricky situation. So I can see why people are saying that. Now there was rumours about Esbrand getting loaned out as well. A few weeks ago, we didn't really speak quite much, but I can't remember seeing that either. Derain, Theo Hernandez, mate, that's not happening. They're two heavy profile signings, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's very clear that City don't want to go breaking the bank for a left back. I think we very much see Cancelo as that number 1 spot. We're just looking for someone who can come in and rotate with Cancelo. But then again, when you look at the Cucurella thing, he would have actually pushed Cancelo, and I feel like that's good competition. It all stems back to why don't we keep Zinchenko? Yeah,
just going back to that though, I don't agree with the whole injury thing about Wilson Esbrand because he'd be our 3rd choice.
But what about if Kyle Walker and our left back gets injured?
So basically, yes. So listen to what has to happen in this scenario for this to be an issue. So Kyle Walker would have to be injured, that then force Cancelo to go right back. Yeah. And then our 2nd choice left back would then have to be injured. And then our 3rd choice left back would have to be injured for it to be an issue. It's just quite frankly ridiculous. We can't go through the season going, we need to sign 5 players in every position in case everyone suddenly gets injured. It's like when we started loaning McAtee out and people were like, what about if we get injured? We have to deal with it. We can't just have a stacked team just in case 7 players get injured. It's ridiculous.
But City will have been put off massively by the end of last season. Look at all the injuries we got at the end of last season, bro.
But last season, of course, we had Walker who was injured at the end of this season.
Walker, Diaz, Laporte did get injured but carried on playing anyway.
Yeah. He didn't trust Zinchenko.
Yeah, he didn't trust Zinchenko.
So I just don't think we can go through the season going, we can't have Wilson Esbrand because what about if he gets injured?
But what about if Wilson Esbrand? What about if Pep doesn't trust Wilson Esbrand, just like Pep didn't trust Zinchenko?
Then that's a valid concern. I have no problems. But I completely dispute we can't have Wilson Esbrand because of his injuries. Because like I say, for that to be an issue, Walker has to get injured, Borna Sosa has to get injured, and then Wilson Esbrand has to be injured all at the same time. That's what I'm disputing. If Pep thinks that Wilson Esbrand ain't good enough, or he doesn't trust him or whatever, no problem. If that's what he thinks, it is what it is. I ain't got a problem with that. I ain't going to tell Pep what to think. What I have a problem with is going, if 3 players are all injured at the same time, I just think that's where I start to get a little bit ridiculous because I just...
Well, it did happen in the last year, innit? We had bare players injured. Correct. And our defence was stretched, so City might be like, yes, it sounds ridiculous, but this can happen. It happened at the end of last year.
And it happens in an extreme scenario and an extreme...
Which happened very recent. So City might be like, we need to
but it's very
double
rare.
down.
It's very rare.
But City might be like, we need to double down on that. We can't have that happening again.
Well, then you'll have players getting unhappy because you'll get someone like Sergio Gomez who will be in the squad, who's just got player of the season at Anderlecht, and he'll play 10 games a season. So, you know, that's my point. You know what I mean? You've got Ake as the extreme scenario left back. Yeah, we don't want to see Ake at left back. We don't want to see him at centre back. But in extreme scenarios, in rare occasions, you have to do it. I just don't think you should get Sergio Gomez and have Cancelo and another left back in front of him. I mean, 3 left backs you've got.
Which is why I think when we sign a senior left back, Sergio Gomez goes on loan.
Which is what I completely agree with. Yeah, and of course, if you do get another left back and Sergio Gomez, then see you later, Wilson Esbrand. He's never got a chance, has he? You know what I mean? He'll be playing in Premier League 2 and he'll never get a sniff. He won't even get a sniff in Carabao or anything. He'll get no minutes at all. So that's my point. Purely on injuries. If you don't trust Wilson Esbrand, then I ain't got an issue with it. But of course, at the moment, we don't really know who the main left back is. Sergio Gomez is the only one. And of course, it would be ridiculous to loan out Sergio Gomez if we don't have another left back in. So I think they're
going to sign him and hold him, I think.
Correct.
Sign him, hold him, wait for... Because basically they'll get this out of the way just so they've got one. Hold him, wait until... see if we can find a senior left back. And when we find a senior left back, someone, it could be a Grimaldo, it could be a Sosa, someone like that, then they can allow... Sergio Gomez to go on loan, like towards the end of the transfer window, and it could just be to one of our CFG teams. It could be back to Anderlecht for a season.
Yeah. No, it could do. Got a couple of super chats coming here. T-Force with a 5 says, just watched Arsenal All or Nothing. Arteta is a young Pep. We need him after Pep. I've not seen it, bro, so can't. Have you seen it, bro?
I've actually not watched it yet. No, I keep telling myself, yo, I need to watch it. But then I've just not watched it yet.
I just seen him getting cooked on Twitter, and I can't be asked with the cringe. So I will watch it at some point.
I hate them parts of the All or Nothing stuff, like the cringy parts, and I also, Joe, our All or Nothing. I hate the pain because there's painful games in that All or Nothing, and I hate that. I'm like, nah, I can't watch this.
Yeah, no, true. Caleb, yes, says Grimaldo and Gomez make competition for both fullback positions. Also allows for more depth in Cup, League, and Champions League games. Coming in with the 5. And Ryan Curl, yes, has just become an Xtra Club member.
Ryan,
thanks a lot for joining us, Ryan. Appreciate the support, man. And if anyone else wants to join Ryan, you can do. We're currently on 324 Xtra Club members. 25. If you want to get involved, link is in the description. And 325, link is in the description, or sometimes there's a join button below my face.
As Caleb Super Chat says there, Grimaldo and Gomez, 2 Gs there coming in. And see, that there goes against what LB was saying before about keeping Wilson Esbrand there, because then he'd be third choice, and Wilson Esbrand isn't really... But he's not going to get any... Because Gomez would be third choice, Grimaldo would be second choice, Cancelo would be first choice, Wilson Esbrand would be a fourth choice left back. And I think Pep would end up playing Ake or something like that at left back if it came to it, over playing Wilson Esbrand, so he wouldn't get any game time at all. And that's what we're saying then.
Yeah, and of course, so then people will say, well, what about if so Walker gets injured? Obviously, Cancelo goes to the right back spot.
That means Grimaldo will then become your number 1, Gomez will be your number 2, Wilson Esbrand then is still your number 3.
Yeah. Whereas if you had just Grimaldo or Sosa and Wilson Esbrand, they'd then be your number 1, and Wilson Esbrand can play some games. Because I personally believe that Wilson Esbrand should play some first team minutes. This based on what I've seen from him last season, and based on what I've seen from him in the game against Bayern Munich, I believe, and not everyone will agree, it's all fine and opinions and that, I believe he should be given the opportunity to play some first team minutes. That's my view. You know what I'm saying? And you might want to do that before January. Because if you get to January and you think, actually, he's not really that good, or it needs a bit more time to develop, then you can go back in January and pick up a cheap left back. Because it only has to be a cheap left back, because it'll be your third choice. You ain't going to get Theo Hernandez as your third choice left back, let me tell you. So... yeah, look, that's my view on it. Of course, I've mentioned it a few times. Mo, member for 2 months, says Sergio Gomez is basically backup for the backup. That's correct.
That's it. He's the backup option in case we don't get a backup.
Yeah. And Neil there, City Extra Addict. Great content, guys. Thanks a lot, Neil.
Yes, that, Neil.
But yeah, this is the thing with, obviously, the Gomez deal. Get him in. Because it makes sense. He's a cheap option and probably will fit the side nicely. He won't be perfect, you know what I mean? There'll be some flaws that we'll notice probably relatively quickly with him. Of course, he's only 10 million quid. If he were, you know what I mean? If he was the best left back coming through in the world, he wouldn't be coming at 10, 15 million quid. But get him in. That temporarily solves our left back issue. You know what I mean? We'll all be buzzing about it. We'll be like, oh, well, possibly a downgrade there. But right now we're in a mess. You know what I mean? Because we've let Zinchenko go without sorting out a left back, because obviously the Cucurella deal fell through. So let's get him in, and then we can all take a little bit of a breather, and then they can start having a look at proper left backs. Now this is interesting because you told me this when I just got in. I didn't see this. Jack Garner has said Manchester City do not have a definite number one target at left back, which is kind of weird. That sort of means that they're still undecided on who to go for. Now, we've seen them being linked with Sosa, we've seen them being linked with Grimaldo, and probably a whole other host of names that I can't remember. City don't know what to do here. They can't decide, you know what I mean? I think they can get most of these players for similar fees. Look at Gomez, 10, 15 million. Grimaldo, 10, 15 million. Borna Sosa, 20 million. So they're all in the same sort of price bracket. But maybe they were so set on Cucurella, and they probably believe, bro, that 40 million would get Cucurella. Maybe they've been caught sort of off guard here and like, I can't believe we didn't get Cucurella. And now they're having to do deeper scouting analysis on who they want. Because, and if you say, nah, that's BS, well, how can the club with 3 weeks left of a transfer window, with no official left back at the football club, not have a target, not have a number one target, not have a top target?
I don't know whether it's a case of they don't know whether to full send. Like, there's always the option that they don't know whether... So do you remember the whole Guardiola thing? We've got the... like, basically, we asked about Guardiola. We've seen about what kind of ballpark figure they'd be looking for. And the rumour was around 70 mil, something like that. It was expensive anyway. I don't know whether City could be looking at this position and going, do we full send now? Or do we get like a cheap left back in for now, because we've still got Cancelo who's playing in that role, and then go again next year and go get someone else, you know what I mean, if we need to, because we have more time to look and stuff like that. I don't know if the City are just kind of trying to weigh up what to do so they can't really choose what, because it seems to be we've been fluttering from cheap left backs to Gvardiol, which is a very, very, very expensive centre-back / left-back. Yeah,
I hear what you're saying, and of course, there could be something in that, bro, because they're winning the net spend trophy. They've sold a lot of players for big cash, so... Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe City are in this situation where they're like, yeah, what should we do here? Should we get the Sergio Gomez in and have him as number one, or get like a Sosa? He'll be all right, but he won't be great. We know he won't be great, but he'll be all right. Or... we've got all this cash here. We've sold all these players. We've sold Lavia, you know what I mean? We're selling all these players for the big cash, and we only paid 50 mil for Haaland. We're getting all these new sponsorship deals and that. Why don't we go for a big dog? People talking about Lodi. People talking about Theo Hernandez. I'm dismissing it. I'm like, nah, get out of the room. That's not happening. What about if City going, well, you know what I mean? If we can get them for 70 mil and they can be our left back for the next 6 or 7 years, and they're a top player, then maybe they are investigating it. I don't know, and I don't think that they will do that.
Just to clarify, I don't think that. I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah. That could be a thing.
They could be looking at that. I don't think they will go down that route. I do think they'll get the Sergio Gomez. And you know what? I do think they will get someone like a Borna Sosa or a Grimaldo.
Yeah, I think it's one of them too.
Yeah, but maybe they're just exploring options at the moment. And at the moment, you know, whilst the season has started and people are like, oh, the season started, this should have been done weeks ago. Yeah, I agree, you know, in terms of pre-season. However, we're not playing every 3 days at this moment in time. We are only playing once a week until after the next international break. Then it starts ramping up when the Champions League is here. So maybe City are like, let's not rush and make bad calls.
Yeah, we've still got a bit of time.
Yeah, if you look at United across the road, you know what I mean? They're making all sorts of bad decisions, you know, with the players that they've been linked with. Maybe they're like, let's just take our time. Let's do our proper due diligence on these left-backs who are in the sort of mid-tier range, like your Sosas and your Grimaldos. And let's do some proper like scouting and research on the top-tier left-backs. Let's have a look how much they cost. Can we get them in time? All that kind of stuff. And then let's make a decision as we approach the end of the window. Don't know. I think I find this left back talk, 1, tiring, 2, mentally draining, but 3, actually very quite interesting, because you don't know which way they're going to go.
It's like Christmas, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We're basically going to open a box and there's going to be left back in it. I mean, it's a surprise, this whole left back thing. I think one day it's just going to be full send on one of them. After Sergio Gomez is done, it'll be full send on a left back, and we'll be like, oh, so this is who we're going for. We have chosen our left back. By the way, just before we read out super chats and that, William Burgess in the chat says, yes, watching the boys from Zante. And that's the second person, William, mate, You're the second person who's put that in the chat. Someone else is watching from Zante as well.
Pick up the Zante.
I mean, everyone's going Zante in August, isn't it? Getting that sesh. It's actually really hot in August, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like 40 degrees, isn't it?
That is wild. Guys, make sure you dropped a like on the stream. 291 likes. We need 9 people to like the stream to get us up to 300 likes. So please drop a thumbs up on the stream if you've not done so already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Just check, we're 9 subscribers away now from 90,200. So please subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And again, if you want to become an Xtra Club member, help support the channel, get a loyalty badge in the chat like Tossif, MTS, Mdopa, Mad Ape, and the rest of the guys. Lizzie there as well. I'm William Burgess. You can do. Link is in the description. Sometimes there's a join button below my face. If not, just use the link in the description. Get yourself in and help support the channel. Right, let's go through some of these super chats. So we've got Sinathan. Yes. I think Pep will pull something out the hat this season. Look at the West Ham game. Trust his judgment. He loves a thin squad.
He does love a very, very light squad.
I think he would like an actual left back though.
But I think after the Cucurella not being signed, I think he might be a little bit worried about that position.
But you are right on that. He does like a thin squad.
Yeah.
Alan with a 1 and then a 2 says 100% City should sign Jose Gaya. Dude is perfect. Well, actually, interesting, Alan. We've spoken about him a little bit. He's only got 1 year left on his deal. 27 years old, so he'll be approaching his prime. He's a captain at Valencia now as well. So. You know what I mean? He's got that captain's leadership role as well. He's played Champions League. He's played Europa League. Very, very experienced. I think he's got some caps as well for Spain.
Bro, he might be a sick one, you know.
I think it's actually someone that I'm quite surprised that City haven't been linked with him more, because we have been linked with Grimaldo. So I'm surprised to, you know, I think sometimes people just link us with Grimaldo because he's Spanish and he came through Barcelona, and Pep's Spanish and he come through Barcelona. So people just go, oh, link them, and he's only got 1 year left on his deal. So I am quite surprised that these journalists, who, some of them, not all of them, who just make things up, hasn't gone for this one and gone, oh, City are linked with this guy, you know what I mean? Because for me, potentially he's better than Grimaldo. I don't know. I think you could debate it for sure. Dopa with a 5. Still don't understand why City isn't looking for a backup right back too. At least we have multiple options at left back. Right back is literally only Walker, then Cancelo. Maybe it's because they know that if Walker gets injured, then Cancelo is technically then our right back, and then we just need a new left back. But in an ideal world, you would want like someone there.
The only thing is, I think City might be looking at it going, like, I know Walker is picking up a few more injuries nowadays than what he used to, but I mean, like, he still plays a lot of games in a season, Kyle Walker. And obviously Cancelo's, touchwood, rarely injured either. So they might be looking at it going, you know what, right back, we're set. These two guys, the likeliness of both of these two, who rarely injured, both getting injured at the same time, is very rare. And it's like before when we were saying about planning for the kind of the injury situation, but I'm not sure. I just we know it's a left back that we're going for. Like City are going for a left back, not a right back. So that's why we're just focusing on that kind of thing. Maybe next season, maybe next summer we'll go for right back.
Yeah, no, for sure. And obviously, a lot of people mentioning Rico Lewis, big future. If he keeps working hard, you know what I mean. I think he's got a top future. I think he's a top player. Still very, very young, but you know, hopefully he can make it. LJ with a 5 says, could be wrong, but I feel we don't need to get a left back this season. Cancelo will play there when fit. Ake can cover, and we have Wilson Esbrand. No need to rush, in my opinion. I don't think City will rush, bro. I think you're right on that. I don't think we will rush, and I think they're looking at the deals. I don't know. I think that I think we'll get Sergio Gomez. I think we're gonna get a Sergio Gomez guy regardless. So I think he will come in as well. Yeah, maybe to try and stop the whole Ake fitting in there in case centre backs get injured and Ake needs to go centre back. Do you know what I mean? Because if Cancelo gets in, we're going on this whole, if all these players get injured again. Do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking, like, if Cancelo gets injured, then, do you know what I mean? Rather than putting Ake there for cover and Josh Wilson-Esbrand being your third, they can keep Ake just as a centre back rather than forcing him as a left back, and then have just your left backs there. Yeah. Nah, completely agree. Right, guys, today's stream is sponsored by the guys at BetVictor. They've got their own YouTube channel with weekly debate shows about the Premier League and all sorts of stuff. They've just uploaded one today, so we're going to play this clip, and then we'll have a quick discussion, and then we'll get back onto the left backs.
We got some serious work that needs to be done here, and the board haven't backed the manager at all. He's the right manager. He's finally the right manager, and that's the thing we got to give him time. Nah, it's not over. Look at the teams you're going to be competing with. Look, it's for the top four. And look, United aren't competing for the top four if we don't get our business done, first of all. So this is assuming we get our business done. But you're fighting with Chelsea and Arsenal for fourth spot, really. I think Spurs, whether they finish third or fourth, will finish in the top four. So
Manchester United are not going to lose every game. Same the flip reverse of what I was saying about Liverpool. You know, they're not going to lose every game. He's going to get them better. They're going to be playing better football with what he's got. But Adam's right. You know, they're going into a sword fight with the baguette this season. You know, so far it's mad. It's mad that they've expected having actually stripped players from the squad to get our better results from
Scott
it.
Scott McTominay doesn't start for Scotland in midfield. What does that say? He plays for Man United. He's not even Scotland's best midfielder. They stick him in defence.
You've had that problem.
Yeah, it's mental. This is what I'm saying. Like, the ineptitude at that level is madness.
Yes. Quite funny that how Adam McCullough says that if United gets all their business done, then they will be competing for top four. Because I think that's still a stretch. I think that's still a stretch. If they say, what is their business right now? Frankie de Jong?
Frankie de Jong. They've just been linked with that Milinkovic-Savic again.
But I think he's an alternate. I think that's an alternate. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that's still get Frankie de Jong and him.
I don't think they'll be competing for top four this season. To be honest, I think his main aim there, Ten Hag, for me, in my opinion, is get them playing in the style of football that they want.
Get the style right.
Identify players who can absolutely not play in that style and get rid of them as soon as possible, whether it be January or next season. Bring in recruits and go for the Europa League, because it's probably your best way of getting in the Champions League by trying to win it. Because you're not going to get top four, not in my opinion. You're not better than Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool or City. So you're not going to get top four. So in my opinion, if I was United, I'd be focusing on brand of football, getting that right, focusing on the Europa League and try to win that, which they could potentially do.
Agree. But go check out that video. Make sure you comment on it, say that City Extra sent you, because that does us a solid. Do you know what I mean? All the goats in there. If we scroll down that and we see all the goats in there, just put in yes, City Extra sent us. That does us a bitch, you know. And it's free. You know what I mean? All you got to do is press that. Press the link in the description, innit? And also, you should probably actually just watch the full thing, because they are funny to watch. The opinions on them things are absolutely mad.
Yeah, no, for sure. Right, let's turn it back to this left back talk then, guys. Sergio Gomez seems like it's close to a deal now to Manchester City. 10 to 15 million pounds will be the rumoured fee. Like I say, it appears that he's actually going to stay with City for the time being. City are then going to look at these new options of who they're going to be. We're still not 100% sure on who it's going to be. We'll probably hazard a guess that it's going to be the Sosa or Grimaldo. However, the links are still really sort of weak, and dry at the moment. There's nothing sort of concrete. Like I remember the Sosa link was like, I don't even think it was like a City have inquired. It was more like Stuttgart said, if City come to us, this will be the fee. It wasn't City have approached them and they've told them this is a fee. It was more like Stuttgart putting it out there straight away. And the Grimaldo thing was quite similar, actually, in that Benfica were just like, this is the price. Now, funny enough, we actually did watch with our Xtra Club members the Benfica game last week or so ago, and we watched Grimaldo, and Grimaldo actually was really, really impressive. Now, granted, he didn't have any defending to do, really, so we can't comment on his defensive skills, which is quite frustrating, as that's the main issue of concern, is defensive skills. However, going forward, Grimaldo was very good on the ball, quick to make passes and decisions. Crossing was good, and he had a couple of shots as well, which were long range shots, which he probably won't do all that much at City, probably won't be allowed, but they were good as well. So it was promising, you know what I mean? And for the price that you're going to get him for, you know, you're not going to pay any more 15, 16 million for him with a year left on his deal. Was pretty decent. The one issue, and I do accept, and I've mentioned it already, is that we didn't see him doing any defending because Benfica are all over the other team, and that's the main issue there, because people say defensively he's trash.
Yeah, I think that's the common theme with all of them, though, isn't it? Defensively, the trash.
It is a common theme. Why?
Why do we have to go for all these left backs who defensively trash?
Crap at defending. Why is that a thing, bro?
Is that the modern day fullback? You're you're actually just a winger. You just put in that fullback position. You know what I mean? Like, is that just modern day now? Because everyone always says that these guys are arse. Like, they say Sosa not good at defending, Grimaldo not good at defending, even Jose Gaya not good at defending. I mean, can none of these... Angelino wasn't good at defending. Ram, yeah.
They're all the same. They can all put David Beckham crosses into the box, but defensively...
Yeah, they get absolute whips, innit? You know what I mean? But, nah, it's just not it.
Trent
Trent, yeah. Cancelo.
It's true. It's true. I don't know why that is, I actually think. Maybe they're all failed wingers. That's what it is. They just got forced in at that side. There you go, man. Reece James the GOAT, though. Yeah.
Reece James is the modern day hybrid. Hence why he's the perfect Kyle Walker replacement. We're never going to be able to sign him.
He'll go on, in my opinion, if he stays fit, to be the best fullback, like, of this generation. If he stays fit, I just think he's got it all.
Because he's got both sides of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, look, guys, put some. If you've got any suggestions in the chat of players who you think City should sign at left back, but not that someone that we've mentioned at the moment, fire them in and we'll have a bit of a discussion about it. Like King Kaiser's just done now, actually. King Kaiser with a 2 says, what about Marcelo? We've been asked that question before, bro.
We spoke about this, didn't we?
And I'm just not game for him, bro.
I can't, like, I don't know what it is. I just can't wrap my head around us signing Marcelo. You know, you summed it well. It stinks of Maicon.
Yeah.
When we signed Maicon, and I was like, oh no, it was the year after. Was it the year after he got dusted by Gareth Bale as well?
Probably, yeah.
So that was bad. That was bad. Someone actually just put Gareth Bale in the chat. Gareth Bale. He used to be a left back, didn't he? But who's he signed for now? LA Galaxy.
Yeah. I mean, Marcelo played 18 times last season. He only played 800 minutes. On the bench for most of the games. Obviously, it would have been Ferland Mendy playing. Picked up a few injuries along the way there. Calf issue. He had a knock. Suspended in one as well. Yeah, you know what, mate? I think I remember saying this in the last stream when someone asked me that. If you would have come to me 2 years ago, I probably would have took it. But now, 34, mate, it just stinks of a Maicon.
Tyreek Mitchell from Palace looks good, but I reckon it costs cash.
Yeah, you ain't got a chance, mate. You ain't got a car. You know what I mean? That's going to be...
This is another thing that you have to factor into your things.
3 years left on his deal.
City aren't willing to pay cash. They clearly want a cheap left back, you know what I mean? Yeah. We're skint.
And if they are going to pay cash, they ain't going to go for Tyreek Mitchell, are they? They're going to go for like a Lodi or someone like that, or a Davis.
We'll go big, innit?
Yeah, I'm saying. So Tyreek Mitchell's not going to be available, guys, because he will cost probably around 40 to 50 million quid.
The individualist there, Alonso from Chelsea, if Barcelona can't register him. No. I can't back that. I can't back it.
No, can't back that either, I'm afraid.
Can't back it.
No, 31 years old. The reason Chelsea fans hate him, he mustn't be good defensively. And, just nah, not for me.
Got a dodgy pass as well, so you know what I mean. We'll allow that one. Nuno Mendes was right there last summer, Hamza Khan says. PSG actually pulled off the biggest, best deal for Nuno Mendes last summer. I think it was, I remember us saying it was a masterclass, because basically what they did is they loaned him with an option to buy, but then could just give him back there was no loan fee involved, so they could just give him back. Yeah. If he came with shit, they could just go, here you go. But if he's mint, they just paid 35 or 40 million pound it was.
Yeah.
So it's like they basically smashed it PSG with that deal.
Yeah, people are talking about Ait Nouri. Not happening. I don't think they'll accept. I don't think they'll accept a bid less than 40, 50 mil. So that's not going to happen.
Anthony Robinson.
Didn't think he was that impressive.
Oh yeah, we watched Fulham, didn't we?
I seen people buzzing about him after the game. We watched the Liverpool game. Fulham, thought, it was all right, but I didn't think he was. I wasn't gassed about him. It was only one game that I've proper watched him. Obviously, Americans in the chat will probably know more about him, but He didn't do anything for me.
Hamza says he locked up Salah.
I don't think he did. I thought Salah was pretty good. Look, I've only seen him once, so it's maybe a little bit unfair for me to comment. So I'm literally just basing this on one game. Americans in the chat and everyone who watches Championship football will maybe have a different opinion, but based on what I saw last weekend, I wasn't sold on him, man. But maybe I need to watch him more.
This is funny. It's like you can see all the different names coming in the chat, right? And Asgard just puts, "This is why City can't find a target. This is why we can't get. This is why we can't get a number one. There's just a flood of names, and City like I don't know, innit? I just don't know. Sport for choice. May as well put all the names in a hat and just pick out one, and hope they're affordable." Young John 19 with a 2 says, "What are you boys saying about Spinazzola?" I don't think I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, the problem is he didn't play last year anyway because he was injured. He was injured all season, so you're going to get him in, and he's not going to be fully fit because he missed pretty much the full season. He only played 4 matches, 151 minutes he played last season. Had an Achilles tendon rupture. So yes, he's had a full pre-season. but he only played 3 or 4 matches last season. He's going to come in. It's going to take him probably 2 or 3 months to get into the speed, because when you're out for a year, it could take you a long time to get back into it. But then again, he's only got 2 years left on his contract.
A few people say he's right-footed.
Could he be cheap option?
Right-footed though.
He is right-footed, yeah.
That's a rip.
That is a
rip. Can we go for left-footed left backs, please? We have actual left back. At least they'd be able to switch like Cancelo does.
It's an interesting one that's come up a few times. King Kaiser with the 2 there says Gerardo Arteaga, maybe he plays in Belgium. Now, you're not the first person to mention this guy. We might have to do a bit of scouting on him, because I've never seen him play at all. Or if I have, I can't remember him. 23 years old, plays in the Belgian league for Genk. 1 year left on his deal. Why are people mentioning him? Loads. Well, not loads, but I have seen a few people mention this guy.
Is he on FIFA? Is he sick on FIFA?
I bet that's what it is, isn't it? I bet he's got 5-star skills, mate. I guarantee
you know what they do? He's
I check.
Bro, he's one career mode future stars, and that's what it is.
I guarantee he's got 5-star FIFA card. Guarantee he's got 5-star, because that's what people do, innit? Let's have a look.
To be fair, he's a silver on Ultimate Team, so it might not be real.
How do you find his techers? You know what I'm saying? Where do I find his skills? Mate.
I don't think that's the right website for that, innit?
I don't think I got the facilities for that, innit? You know what I mean? Like,
yes, you need sell FIFA.
Oh, it's got 4 skills, bro. 4-star skills, mate. That's
decent for football.
Yeah. Are you basing it on that, King Kaiser, or have you actually seen him play, Bray? Because I ain't taking FIFA suggestions. You know what I mean? I want to see, if you're suggesting someone in the chat, I want to see legit scouting analysis. You know what I mean? I ain't here to be told what players are good on FIFA and what players aren't. News, bro.
Oh, no.
News. Thank you to the guys in the chat for alerting us to said news. Sacha Tavolieri is a reporter from Belgium.
Ooh, that's a good sign.
Yeah. He's come out, bro, and he's saying big news. He's saying Manchester City want Sergio Gomez to be integrated into their first team squad, offering the left back a 4-year contract.
There you go then.
So he's not going to be loaned out.
That's it then.
Is this actually going to be it then? Could this actually be
he's the left back. He's the left back, Donny.
This is the guy.
City have gone, we don't have a definitive number 1 option alternative to Sergio Gomez, so let's just get Sergio Gomez.
Yeah, and just have Gomez as Brandon Kyle and Cancelo as your left backs.
There you go then. So then there's your 3. Also, as we said before, Ake can play left back. If you could probably force Laporte into a left back, kind of, if it was you know what I mean, a very bad situation. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's Gomez season.
It's Sergio Gomez
you know what?
season,
I feel kind of. I know that it's not like, oh, we've signed him yet, but I'm kind of gassed, innit? You know what I mean? Kind of gassed about it. The fact that we're actually going to be signing a left back. I mean, big dubs.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of breaking news. That's kind of mad. Sergio Gomez, then, guys. There we have, live on stream.
4-year contract, man.
Looks like it's going to be, yeah. And often I find when a journalist states something about the contract like that, you know it's pretty legit.
Because he's got he's got the information.
And he's from Belgium.
He's from Belgium. He's probably close to the player kind of thing, or close to in and around it. And yeah.
That's pretty mad, bro. So Sergio Gomez, guys, is going to be Manchester City's new official backup left back then, I guess. So that's interesting. I'm kind of buzzing.
Bro, I'm genuinely like, no cap, full gas. I'm on full gas mode, bro, because it's exciting times.
Yeah, I have actually watched some comps on Sergio Gomez as well. Looks very good going forward. Obviously, people will be like, you know, he'll be poor defensively, but let's judge him for ourselves. Let's not sign a guy and be like, oh, this guy's trash defensively. Let's actually watch him, and then let's judge him. And if he's trash defensively, he's trash defensively. But let's not sign him and all be like, oh, we're signing a guy who's trash defensively. Let's just give him a clean slate.
Clean slate, give him time, bro. Guy got 7 goals and 15 assists last year. 7 goals and 15 assists.
Haaland gonna be feasting, bro.
That's mad.
Gonna be feasting. Yeah, and Fabrizio Romano has also just tweeted, Manchester City are really tempted by keeping Sergio Gomez in the first team once the deal with Anderlecht is completed. Fee is around 15 million euros. Initial talks will take place this week to decide on the left-back options. Sergio Gomez has now chances, as revealed today, to be the left-back. So I wonder, it's still kind of like pretty mad. So a City saying, I don't know, City's getting this deal done, and because I don't know, what's he saying there then, Fabrizio?
He's not basically.
Internal talks will take place this week to decide on the left back options.
Yeah, so basically he's saying it's not definitive that he will be the number one.
Oh, right, got
Basically,
you.
it's not like a confirm, yes, he is staying. However, City are more than happy to have him as that number one if they can't get someone else.
Right, which is smart business. Get him in, because like I said at the start of the stream, that then calms everyone down, because we've actually got a left back at the football club then. The first time we've had a proper left back who's hopefully injury free for the last 6 or 7 years, which is amazing. And then if they want to then go and explore another deal for a Sosa, Grimaldo, or even a big dog, then they can do that. But they can do that knowing that if that deal then breaks down, don't have to panic because we've got Gomez. What they probably don't want to do is say, oh no, we don't want Gomez because we want to get someone better. Go for someone better, fail, and then Gomez has already left, and then you're like, we're in a panic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fabrizio actually replied to Freddie's tweet saying the original one, the break-in City now closing on Sergio Gomez, and he replied with the eyes and the winking emoji. So Fabrizio knows.
Oh, he's been told some information.
He knows something, innit? Yeah. So look at it this way. He's our new left back, basically. Jordi Alba too for Pep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that's what we're going for. Jordi Alba from Barca. We're gonna try and regen him. But on a real, I think genuinely this is gonna be the guy.
Yeah. Well,
I just basically think City aren't gonna decide.
Well, as well, bro. I think what you just mentioned is a good point. If he's not the right guy, if we do get him in and he's not going to be the guy, then in theory we should be getting someone better than him anyway. Yeah. So this is like your base now. This is our base. Sergio Gomez is our base. If we get someone else after Sergio Gomez, it's probably going to be someone better than Sergio Gomez. So we can be more buzzing. But if we don't, then we've still got Sergio Gomez. We're not flapping for a left back, and we can just flap about Bernardo Silva. So it's a good situation.
Yeah. Bro, I feel like Toseeves there says it's a historic moment for the club. I feel like it is.
I feel like it's a historic moment for the club.
I feel like it is, bro. We're signing our left back.
Look at us. We've had a striker sign. Two. We're getting a left back. Oh, I'm not, count my chickens up, man. I'm waiting for the Sky Sports official. You know what I mean? When people say, I'm waiting for Sky
You're
Sports
waiting for him in the shirt, innit?
I wait for it. I want the contract signed. All right? Count my chickens on this one.
You want the picture of him with my granddad?
yeah, no, for sure. Let's go through some of these super chats that have stacked up here. We got Jammy Jam coming in with a 5. Thanks a lot for the donation, man.
Yes.
Says, they're good when teams like Man City are after you for a 4-year deal. No, for sure. John just read out the stats, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes it annoys me a little bit, guys. It really does when people are like, oh, but he's done it in the Belgium league, blah, 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 blah. we all know what league he plays in. You don't have to tell us. You know what I'm saying? We can all work it out for ourselves. And we understand that it's not the Premier League. So we all know that the stats are a little bit inflated. But he can only do what he can do. And the stats that he's got in the Belgium league are very, very respectful.
Bro, news.
Respectable what?
He's from the Barca Academy.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So you know what I mean? He fits the Cucurella bill, innit?
Yeah, no, for sure. Aaron Noonan with the 2. The end is nigh. City signing a left back. I mean, a lot of people are saying this, bro. You know what I mean? It's a wild situation. Something going on. Langan Sweet with a 5 says, I heard he's Zini 2.0. That's what we have heard about him. It'll be interesting. I think from what I've seen on like comps and that, he's a bit better going down the wing and getting the balls in the box, but again, it's comps in it, so you can't really tell. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to give him a fresh, plate. Is that what you say, like a clean plate?
Clean slate.
I'm going to give him a clean slate, clean plate.
Fresh plate.
He can have a fresh plate if he wants. I'm going to give him a clean slate, yeah. And then if he is a bad defender, then at least we can judge the defending at his time at Man City. I'm not going to judge his defending at wherever. You know,
I know that. Do you know what I mean? Judge him when he gets here and see how he performs in our team, innit?
That's what I'm going to do.
Back your players.
Back your players. Daniel Thompson, member for 4 months, helping support the channel. Yes, Dan. Will he stay or go out on loan? I don't know if that was a tune. But
I don't think he's in a tune.
No. But yeah, I think he'll stay, bro.
With this news now, it is looking like he's going to stay.
Yeah.
King Kaiser the 2 says plays for Mexican national team.
That was the other guy.
Oh,
Genk guy.
what's he called again?
Artega.
Yeah, Artega. He plays for Mexican national team.
Answer the question though.
He plays with heart. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but did you find him on FIFA?
Did you find him on FIFA? Or have you seen him through legit Sky? You can't just put a love out on there and like, pretend like we're going to accept it, innit? You know what I mean? What is the truth? And Sam here says Sergio Gomez has played 9 positions at Anderlecht last season. Right back as a number 8, as a number 10, left wing, right mid, right mid, and second striker. Definitely a squad player for sure. Jeez, yeah, I mean, that is mad.
I mean, if he can play right back and left back, then that's great for the way that... And if he plays right mid and left mid, that's even better because of this new system that Pep's rolling out.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's obviously a very good, attribute to have, to be able to move all around the pitch, especially in a Pep Guardiola system. That's really, really good. So... yeah, I'm buzzing. LB has had a grin on his for 5 minutes. Bro, we're signing left back.
Because we're signing left back.
How can you not have a smile on your face? This is a monumental occasion for our football club. My club has actually realised that a left back is a legit position on the football pitch and is trying to rectify it by signing a player. Granted, they've decided to only spend 10 million, but hey, beggars can't be choosers at this point.
Exactly.
I mean, we'll take it. This guy's Anderlecht's player of the season. We're going to take it and celebrate.
Man got 15 assists. You're gonna be whipping that ball into Haaland like no tomorrow.
It's a wild situation. In fact, I'm gonna have to hype up the thing. I'm gonna have to get scout reports out now and everything. We're gonna have to go scout reporting. Before we do, please make sure you drop a like on the stream. We're currently 37 likes away from 500, so I need 37 people to drop a thumbs up on the stream if you've not done so already. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well, guys. We are currently, I'll tell you what we are, because people like to know, which is good, because that means you're buying into the movement of City Extra. Oh, we have got past 60,214. There we go. We've hit it.
That was rapid.
So please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Good to see so many Extra Club members in the chat here as well. Let me give some of you guys a shout out. We've got a 13-year-old kid with tattoos.
13, he's now not 12 anymore because I have my birthday, innit?
Yeah, that's it. Chase DeBear, Rod, Sign Silver, Asgar, Madape, Tossif, Alpha, Elvis, Johnny, and one more, Massum. Yes. Good to see you guys. Thank you very much for helping support the channel. We super appreciate it. If you guys want to get involved, we're currently on 325, slowly making our way up to 400. Then you can do. Hit the link in the description, or click the join button below my face if there is such one. We'll get Nightbot to put one in the team. Right, I want to get a little scout report for Sergio Gomez, bro. We can have a read of other people's opinions, criticise their opinions where they're negative, and hype them up where they're positive, because that's always the best thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Disrespect the negative bits about it. But yeah, first of all, that I'm seeing on the heat map and stuff, really, really advanced player, bro. Really likes to get forward, which is good, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when he's playing for City in 90% of the games, we're going to dominate the ball, and he's going to be high up anyway. We don't want someone who's like a Cesar Azpilicueta, you know what I mean, who's really sort of like defensively sound. We want someone who's going to bomb forward and get crosses into the box for our new number 9.
Number 9. Also, having him might help out if Jack Grealish is playing on the left wing. As we've said plenty of times about Cancelo and Jack Grealish being on the same wing, when Cancelo's operating as a full left wing back kind of thing, bombing up, they kind of operate the same position, whereas this guy can overlap Jack Grealish. Love to see it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's exactly what people have been mentioning that's hindering Jack Grealish's game at the moment, that he's got no one who'll go around him. Cancelo can go around him sometimes, however, he'll probably always be looking for that cut back, you know what I mean, which is typically where Jack Grealish is playing. So it could really elevate Jack Grealish's game as well, which, you know, £100 million City have invested into Jack Grealish, and obviously they want to get a good return out of him. So maybe Sergio Gomez is the guy to... A 10 million signing could really unlock the £100 million signing in Jack Grealish, Bray.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Potential, extra 10 mil on that £100 million price tag. However, Jack Grealish did play well at the weekend, so you know what I mean? And we're not slating Jack Grealish.
Nah, Jack Grealish is actually a pretty good man. I mean,
baller, isn't it?
The guy's a sick player, bro. The guy's a sick player.
That's what's about Gucci, innit? 100 jealous of his looks.
Yeah. Right, back to the scouting report. Sergio Gomez looking likely to be City's new backup left back choice. This is, by the way, I'll put the I always do this, but I'll put the link to the scouting report in the description so you can check it out later on. When looking at Sergio Gomez's attacking stats compared to other fullbacks in the league, it is very impressive, Bray.
Okay.
His 4.43 crosses per 90 ranks him in the 97th percentile for all fullbacks in the league, while his key passes per 90 of 122 ranks him in the 82nd percentile. That is also without considering he's been directly involved in 15 goals for Anderlecht this season.
Big.
That is good stats. You want him in them high percentiles, isn't it? That's pretty decent. Dribbling wise, which again will be a massive part of his game, try to take it past players on the outside. His 2.29 dribbles attempted per 90 and 1.22 dribbles completed per 90 are in the 80th and 78th percentile, respectively, for fullbacks in the league. His better than average dribbling ability for fullbacks has also helped him win fouls in dangerous areas, often for his side, with his 2.1 fouls drawn per 90 and ranking him in the 94th percentile. So clearly, I mean, you said this before, bro, he's come through the Barcelona academy. He's going to be mega at dribbling, and the stats back that up. He draws lots of fouls, and he'll be drawing fouls in good areas, man. Kevin De Bruyne to whip them in for Erling Haaland, number 9. Boom! Back of the driller.
Bro, he said it like Haaland's gonna head it in. Nah, no, that 50p head. But I just seen, right, we got a super chat here from KDB's the greatest player of all time. Yes, has 179. It says Gomez can't defend and lots of laughing faces. Now I think he's done that thing, bro. Innit? Do you know what I mean? He's just presuming he can't defend.
Yeah.
Have you watched him play, KDB?
KDB, mate, we're going to give him a clean plate, innit? Clean plate,
fresh plate.
We're going to give him that fresh plate, mate, and we're going to judge him in a City shirt. We're not going to judge his defensive issues from Anderlecht, because it might be system. It might be a system issue. It might be the players around him. You know what I'm saying? So let's judge him on his defending when he actually joins Man City, which I think is a good thing. And by the way, funny actually you say that, because on the scouting report, I'm now actually at the defending bit.
Yes, let's go.
So defending in, and remember, guys, I will put this scout report in the description, so don't worry about it. You can check it out after the stream. Defending in and around the 18-yard box. For a young attack-minded fullback, most would think the defensive side of Gomez's game is still raw and needing improvement. While in some aspects that is correct, Gomez is actually a very good defender in and around his own 18-yard box. His good reading of how the play develops means he's rarely caught out, with him frequently being accused of ball watching. With him not frequently being accused of ball watching. Let's have a look. Yeah, then he goes on to say he was playing a game against Club Brugge, and Brugge are in possession in a dangerous area of the pitch. Instead of joining his other defenders and getting caught drifting inside, Gomez is able to check his back shoulder and see unmarked Brugge player at the far post. He's able to close down the space quickly and headed the lofted ball away from danger, which allowed Anderlecht to reset the defensive shape. So basically, he's very alert. He's not sheep, you know what I mean? He's not just following everyone else. He's thinking about his whole individual situation. The ball's over there, that's fine. I need to know where the ball is, but I also need to know as a defender who's in and around me at the back post.
It sounds like we're not going to get too many situations where he switches off kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, he seems like he's very alert to what's happening around him.
Yeah, no, for sure. It goes on to say, finally, in a one-on-one defensive battle, there was an occasion when you're playing against a team called Sarang, not sure if that's how you pronounce it, and the attacker is attempting to use his pace to get past Gomez and send a cross in from the byline. However, Gomez stays big and is able to position his body so he's not beaten for pace down his outside. As a result, Gomez is able to stay with his man and block the cross out for a throw-in. So, just what you want to see.
Bro.
You want to see a player being individually able to deal with it and all that kind of stuff, yeah?
This is why people want him.
Oh.
He legit got in the team in the season.
I'm not listening to all FIFA stuff. You know what I mean? This ain't FIFA. You know what I mean? This ain't virtual. This IRL, innit? Finally, I just want to mention his pressing ability, because apparently this is where he's very good. While Gomez is strong in different defensive moments near his own 18-yard box, the aspect of the defensive side of his game that is by far the strongest is his pressing ability. As opposed to other fullbacks in the league, Gomez is one of the best when it comes to pressuring opponents in possession of the ball. His 19.86 pressures per 90 ranks him in the 98th percentile for his position, while his 5.81 successful pressures per 90 ranks him in the 94th percentile. What does this mean? Sergio Gomez is a pressing machine, bruh.
Which is good. Until, until they pass it round us, and then he's like out of position and roasted. Yeah. But nah, this guy got me sick.
There is one last bit to the scout report, and it's a
no.
negative.
Oh no.
Should I go through it?
Yeah, you're gonna have to, innit?
It's your last part of the scouting report, and it's the negative, bro. So I'll go through it. But remember, we'll listen to this, open-minded. We'll absorb the information, clean plate, and then we will assess the guy's ability when he puts on a blue shirt for Manchester City.
Yeah.
Getting caught out of position higher up the pitch. Now, I guess this is because he's got one of the highest presses. So if he's pressing and he gets caught out, he's bombed up, you know what I mean? And then we could be in the mud. But let's see what this scout report has to say. And again, we'll put this link in the description. With all the strength to Sergio Gomez's game, he does still have weaknesses. Though not necessarily glaring, one of the major hiccups in his game is occasionally getting caught high up the pitch when the ball is turned over in midfield. Though he normally does have cover behind him to prevent attacking players from running in on goal, it could be a significant weakness at a higher level. Then it just given an example. The phase of play illustrates what happens when Gomez gets caught too high up in pitch in transition. Gomez attempted to pressure the opposition ball carrier after losing possession, but gets dribbled past, leaving acres of space down his defensive flank.
You know what it is?
Go on.
Vinicius versus Fernandinho.
Yeah, potential.
That's what they're saying. Basically, the high press, and they get dusted, then there's loads of space behind them.
Yeah. They finalise and say, earlier it was brought up that Gomez does really well when pressing to close off passing angles. While that is true, there are some actions where he does come out of his position to close down the player in possession but leaves space in behind. However, the passing lane is not fully closed off, allowing the ball to be played into the space left behind Gomez. Conclusion. Without a doubt, the impact of Sergio Gomez has had on Anderlecht has been immense. While a second season in the Belgian capital would be good for his development, it is inevitable that Sergio Gomez will move to a bigger league in the not-so-distant future. The Premier League seems like a likely destination, with Manchester United apparently rivalling Southampton for Gomez's signature. What is for sure, though, is that Sergio Gomez will continue to improve and in the process become one of Anderlecht's most influential players, just as this tactical analysis and scout report has shown. Massive shout out to Total Football Analysis. If you guys want to read that, I highly suggest you do. It's a very, very interesting read. I'll put the link in the description there. It's just updated. It's below the link to join the Xtra Club. Join the Xtra Club, and then go and read the scout report. But Bray,
But there's people in the chat, bro, hating on you after that little bit.
why?
Because they're saying, stop slandering my new left back. They're saying, bro, why are you slandering that Manchester City's new left back?
I'm not slandering it.
Go blame Total's football scouting.
No, to be honest, like at the end of the day, guys, you've got to understand who we're getting here. We're getting an attacking fullback who's come through the Barcelona academy, who's still young, still raw, who's been playing in the Belgium league, and of course will have issues, will have flaws, but hopefully Pep Guardiola can iron them out and he can go on to become a top class left back. He clearly has got mega potential. The stats prove that. Everyone who's watched him has said he's mega. And you know, I'm seriously looking forward to it.
I'm gassed, bro. We're getting a left back. We're actually getting a left back. It's wild. It's a mad situation. King Kaiser the 2 says Mexico's needed a good left back, and he's watched him lots. Always on about that guy from before, bro, the Artega. He's saying that he has watched. He's backing
King
himself.
Backing Artega. He ain't on the Sergio Gomez hype train.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I want this Donny at the football club.
Different carriage.
My son with a 2 says need Jack Grealish man a machine to get him going. It's funny because Jerry Kyle Walker definitely watched our Man of Machine though in the first one, and everyone blamed us for him dipping in form. I don't think we can do that to Jack Grealish yet. Do you know what I mean? But I see what you're doing, Masso. You want the reverse jinx.
Yeah, we did that with Sterling, didn't we? Did it work?
I'm sure it... No. I'm sure did we debunk the Man of Machine thing?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure we debunked the curse. Anyway, it is what it is. And 78 MCFC. Yes, mate. Welcome to the Xtra Club.
Click the link, mate. He clicked the link, Bray, and now he's an Xtra Club member.
Yeah, that's how easy that was.
326.
326.
Xtra Club members. So, guys, go check it out. Link in the description if you want to help support the channel, just like 78 MCFC and the rest of the guys in the chat. Conclusion, Bray. What we thinking? We're happy with this deal, aren't we? I mean, it's cheap.
Bro, buzzing.
Low downside. Yeah, I mean, even if he doesn't do that well, I mean, look at what we sold Angelino for. We'll make a profit on this deal.
The whole like defensive situation just stinks of Cancelo again, and loads of people in the chat have been putting Cancelo 2.0. So if you could say to me, you could have 2 Cancelos, however, you're getting a left-footed left-back Cancelo, as opposed to right-back Cancelo who plays left-back. I mean, it's only a positive. It's only a positive.
Yeah. No, I'm liking this deal, guys. Low downside risk. provides that instant, relief that we've now got a left back at the football club.
Remember, he's not number one.
He's not number one. You've still got healthy competition within Wilson Esbrand. I don't think this deal I don't think Wilson Esbrand is now looking at this deal going, I'm finished at Man City. I'll never play for this club ever again. Like, bro, we're signing a guy from Belgium, you know what I mean? Like, he's still got a lot to prove. He still has a lot of, things that he needs to work on. So you've got an opportunity here as well to push Gomez, and you could potentially overlap him as well in a year's time or whatever if you keep up your rate of progression. So I just think it's a great signing all round. And again, it's cheap. You know what I'm saying? So this deal's in. And, of course, there's no guarantee that this will be our backup left back. We still might be looking at other left backs and still pull the trigger on someone else.
Like
so,
Fabrizio said, isn't it? Like, basically, we're not sure yet, but we are going to sign this guy regardless.
Yeah. This is a smart move from Tiki, mate. Tiki Bergerstein. What a guy.
What a guy.
He's smashed it. Right, anything else to say, guys? If you've got any quick questions that you want us to answer, fire them in the chat. And might as well smash a like on the stream while we're at it. But yeah, if you do have any questions that you want us to answer rapid before we go, fire them in the chat and then we'll get off. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash likes. Go check out the Bet Victor YouTube channel. They sponsored today's stream. Absolute goated channel, man. They always have them healthy debates about the Premier League. So go check it out. They're discussing, obviously, you've seen the clip earlier on, discussing loads of stuff on there. So go watch the full video after this.
Thing is, even when they're not talking about City, it's funny to see, like, do you know what I mean? Adam McCullough sweating hard. Do you know what I mean? You got, because you know what I mean. Think of them videos, especially now the season started. Banter's on full flow in it because like things are happening.
True.
That's the way to go with it. Just like in the Big Six, in the Big Six, it's funny now that the season started. Everyone's like popping off at each other. I've seen Saeed getting cooked. I think it was yesterday I was watching it. I seen Saeed getting cooked and I was like, oh no, because I know he's been having a bad time. People saying 60k party. We can look at doing a 60k party. We'll plan it. We'll plan something. And I seen someone before ask about hot ones. I think it was Jake. Ask about hot ones. We've not recorded it yet. That's why it's not out yet. But we will record it very soon. We're just ordering the stuff in, so we're waiting for that to come in.
Ibrahim's spamming, but I'll answer the question, bro. Please stop spamming. Go on Transfer Marked, go on Stats, and go to the right hand side. It says injury info, but please don't spam again, bro.
Bro, he's still doing it.
Yeah, I'll answer your question, but you are going to be put in a temporary timeout. Do you think we'll sign Rafael Leao? Says George Farndale.
Not this season.
Yeah, props not this season.
I think the right wing situation, City will look at it, see how this season goes, then move on it next year. They'll assess the market for it and move on it next year. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, no, sure. Aaron Noonan, 6.70820393225.
As if you just did that. That's a big brain, that, from LB.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, you're sick at maths, innit?
I got a maths.
He was in set 0, which is higher than set 1 at maths.
Yeah.
Got all A stars in that.
Special class, innit?
He's got a degree.
Johnny says Leao or Nkunku next summer. And then he goes on to talk about Nkunku's release clause. Obviously, Nkunku does have a release clause.
He does.
It's very cheap. If he plays and gets the same sort of numbers as he did last summer, he's going to have a pick of the clubs. That's
bro, he'll have loads.
So we'll have to wait and see. What is the watch along this week, Lizzie? I think
we're thinking the Super Cup tomorrow.
Super Cup. If people fancy it, it's 8 p.m. UK time. Real Madrid versus Frankfurt. UEFA Super Cup. So if people fancy it, obviously it's an X Club stream. You want to get involved, link in the description. But yeah, we're thinking that, so I'll double check that I can do it, but I think I can. And yeah, that'll be it tomorrow night. We'll put something up on the community post once we've confirmed, but it's looking like that's going to be it.
One voice Peppel says, should Bernardo get a proper send-off Saturday? No, mate, because he's not going anywhere. You can't give the guy a send-off. He's not going anywhere yet.
Yeah, don't be giving him a send-off, bro. Not when he's...
That ain't the way to go, that.
Not when he's gone, innit? I don't know. Is Sosa better than Gomez? I don't know, bro, to be honest. He's playing in a better league. But when I read his scout report, he's apparently proper bit lazy in defence. So
who was that?
Sosa.
Oh, yeah, that's what we looked at last time, innit?
Yeah. Any tips, LB, on the balls? Just go on manscaped.com, bro, and just go on the guides. You know what I mean? You'll get there. You'll get there in the end. Michael Grasso, Xtra Club member for 16 months, says yes. Don Bombazzo, Bernardo's staying. P.S. Sexy Jack Grealish. Big fan of Grealish there from Michael Grasso.
Big fan of Grealish. And yeah, it is kind of a gone Bombazzo, but I mean, it's good news with the Bernardo, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We need to make sure that we're getting the cash.
Yeah.
Upwards of 80 million.
Why has this turned into a Q&A? Why? Because we wanted it to turn into a Q&A. But because you said that, I'm going to end it now. So everyone put Boo Murrell in the chat.
Boo Murrell.
Because he's ended it. Murrell. Why you gotta be like that, Bray?
Why you got a big L for Murrell, innit?
Big L in the chat for Murrell. He's now ended the stream.
Ended the Q&A. Do you know what I mean? It's not our channel. It's Murrell's channel, innit? He doesn't. He's boss man. He doesn't want a Q&A, so we're not allowed.
Murrell's channel.
He's put nah, stop.
Murrell. It's all Murrell's fault, guys. We will be back tomorrow with some more.
It's fun how we're actually ending it as well. By the way, just to clarify, we are ending it.
We will be back tomorrow with some more left back and Bernardo news because that's always going to get released. Guys, do us a favour, go check out the Bet Victor YouTube channel. The link is in the description as well, so just go check it out. Let them know that City Extra sent you. Subscribe to the channel, smash a like on their videos as well, and yeah, show them the love that you would show our channel, man. Just seriously appreciate the support on that. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks to everyone that super chatted and become new members. Appreciate you all. Stay tuned to the community tab. We'll let you know for confirmation that we will be watching that game tomorrow, the UEFA Super Cup, and yeah, see you in the next one.
See you in a bit.